Was trying to get on, and for whatever reason is not able
Didn't work.
to join us. Yeah, I just want to give you a little background on Tom before we get started. Tom's a local Garden City kid, grew up here, and had quite a bit of success as an entrepreneur, and has owned this property for a number of years and was excited to provide the community with some additional development. We all know how big of a need housing is in our community. And so that was kind of the impetus for this development. I know that at the previous meeting in March, Commissioner Gurman and Commissioner Basque had some questions about the availability of water and the quality of the water. And so Tom went out on his own and got Servitech out of Dodge City to test the water. And I think you guys all have copies of the results of that. The water's safe for human consumption, which is obviously important. Another thing that I think that was a little confusing to the commission was in relation to the source of the water. So Tom drilled a well on the northernmost parcel of this proposed plat, and he went into the Dakota water aquifer, the Dakota aquifer, and I think that there's been some comments about spacing requirements in relation to the Dakota, and unfortunately, the way the regs are written, it's a little difficult to drill down and figure out what those spacing requirements are in the context of a domestic well. The reference to half-mile spacing, I think, got misunderstood. That's only if you're a operator who's using the well for commercial or irrigation purposes. So that's somebody who has to actually apply for a certificate of beneficial use. If you're using it solely in the context of a domestic use, there are no spacing requirements in relation to the Dakota Aquifer. There's some spacing requirements from the Kansas Division of Water Resources, but it's very nominal. 50 to 100 feet is all the distance that's required. So when you look at the proposed plat, you've got a large amount of space that each one of these individual plat owners will have an opportunity to drill their own well should they so choose. And then one other item I think that caused confusion, Tom he designs and remodels golf courses. And so he happened to be in this area with his whole crew, and after the well was drilled, he laid some water lines for each of these 10 proposed plats. He has no intention of providing water to these plats. There's a KDWR reg that if you have 10 or more homes that are being serviced, then it's a municipal use, and there's an entire regulatory framework that one has to go through. So I just want to make it abundantly clear, Tom has no intention of using the well on that northernmost plat for the purposes of providing water to the other proposed plats. He will apprise any future purchasers of the fact that, you're going to have to go find water. And I don't think that'll be something that's unexpected for folks that are buying out in a rural area. So with that, I think that addressed the primary concerns from Commissioner Gurman and Commissioner Basque. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
And Jake,
Yes.
that was one of our biggest concerns was that he had, we could tell that it looked like he was going to, tap that for all 10 lots. But he does not have the intention of doing that, correct?
Correct.
But he will make it available for them if they desire or not?
No. So
Okay.
I think the way we're going to frame this is whoever buys that northernmost plat will have a well. So
Okay.
I suspect the purchase price will reflect that. And anybody else that purchases any of the lots to the south are going to have the burden of figuring out the water on their own. And, whether or not they enter into some sort of agreement with neighbors to share that cost, that's going to be entirely up to the buyers.
Okay. Yes.
Jake, you, on the plat, looking at it, they're northeast of the existing, or the proposed plat. That area is RR. Do you know, that is loud. Are all those homes have their own wells too?
To the northeast, I can't think of the name of that development. I don't know for sure, Commissioner Jones. What I do know is when I watched the public meeting from March, I think maybe
Some of them are shared.
Yeah, I think there's at least one well that they share 8 additional homes, and I think one property owner has I think it was a 8,000-gallon water tank. She's here, she can probably do a better job of articulating this. But I think they share that, but again, they're below that 10, so they don't have to go through the regulatory framework that somebody that has 10 or more homes being serviced.
Well, I know we ran into that out there, Commissioner Ootz's area, when you start one well supplying lots of homes.
That's correct. I mean, and Jake's absolutely correct. If it's 10 or more homes, there's it becomes a public utility, and there's a lot of framework that goes into play with that. And folks need to be careful at not following those rules.
Well, if nothing else, just urge you to vote in favor of this. I think, again, we have a desperate need for housing in this community, and this gives us an opportunity to provide.
Size of lots, that's good.
I think it'll be appealing to buyers. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Well, I agree, we do need housing. I'm thankful that somebody who has local roots but doesn't live here any longer is interested in helping us with that in our community. I believe that all of the concerns have been answered as far as what I had concerns about on the water and the road. You know, that's going to be on us. That's something that we'll have to make sure is done properly and maintained properly. So, does anybody have any other questions or have a motion?
I'd like to move that we approve alternative 1, Board of County Commissioners may adopt the Planning Commission's recommendation by adopting Resolution 10-2026.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. And that motion carries.
Next, we have the final plat for Whitetail Crossing. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve the final plat of Whitetail Crossing. Dwayne Palmberg with Palmberg Land Surveying Services, on behalf of the property owner, Thomas Stevenson, is requesting approval of the final plat for Whitetail Crossing. The site is generally located in the 10,000 block of North Jenny Barker Road and is currently zoned A Agricultural District. The plat is split across 10 lots ranging from 8 to 9 acres, which are proposed for single-family residential housing. The final plat of Whitetail Crossing was presented to the Planning Commission on June 19th of 2025. The Planning Commission chose to table this item until the next meeting due to insufficient information about the water supply. To prove that the development would have an adequate and reliable water supply, the developer was asked to provide an affidavit that affirmatively states that sufficient water is available for the development and that either a successful test well or has been drilled on the property or a well has been successfully drilled and is currently in operation in the nearby vicinity, all within the last 5 years. The developer was unable to provide this information before the next Planning Commission meeting. On July 17th of 2025, the Planning Commission tabled the item again until the next meeting. Before the next Planning Commission meeting, the applicant chose to withdraw the request until the required information for the water supply was obtained. The developer provided the affidavit to staff on January 9th of 2026. A review of the fourth submittal was performed on February 12th of 2026, and the final plat was found to meet the minimum requirements of the Finney County zoning and subdivision regulations. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the final plat on February 19th of 2025, and the meeting minutes are attached. On March 16th of 2026, the Board of County Commissioners decided to move the consideration of the final plat to a future meeting. After the March 16th meeting, the developer provided additional information to staff regarding the well, including a water quality report from Servitech Lab for the test well drilled by the developer, and a letter from Trevor Nash of Nash Water Services, LLC, addressing the volume of water available from the existing well. There are two alternatives before you this morning. The first alternative is that the Board of County Commissioners may approve the final plat of Whitetail Crossing, and the second is that the Board of County Commissioners may not approve the final plat of Whitetail Crossing. And staff recommends alternative 1, approve the final plat of Whitetail Crossing.
Any questions or comments?
I would move that we approve, number 1, the Board of County Commission may approve the final plat of Whitetail Crossing.
Second.
We do have a motion, a second. Is there any other discussion? I do have just a question, I guess, for Mackenzie, and we had talked about this before, that there 2 lots will share a drive, so there won't be so many entrances onto Jenny Barker. Is that correct?
Yes, it looks like that there is about 5 shared accesses. So they, instead of each lot having their individual driveway, they'll have a shared driveway to limit the amount of traffic that's on those lots. So.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that motion carries. Thanks, Mackenzie.
Thank you.
For new business, we have an emergency solutions grant.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Nicole Broyles with Compass Behavioral Health. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to grant local government approval for Compass Behavioral Health to access 2026 Emergency Solutions Grant ESG funding. The Emergency Solutions Grant is a HUD-funded federal housing and homeless assistance program that provides grants to state, local, and territorial governments. When administered locally by Compass Behavioral Health, the program generally focuses on helping individuals and families quickly regain stability in permanent housing after experiencing a housing crisis or homelessness. HUD requires a certification of local government approval before nonprofit agencies can access ESG dollars. This ensures that the county is aware of the services being funded and supports their delivery within our jurisdiction. Compass administers these ESG-funded services locally, connecting residents to housing resources while also integrating mental health and substance use supports. Their work helps stabilize vulnerable individuals and reduces strain on emergency systems. Alternatives, the Board of County Commissioners may approve the Emergency Solutions Grant activities as proposed and authorize the chair to sign the certification of local government approval. Alternative number 2, the Board of County Commissioners may decline to approve the Emergency Solution Grant activities as proposed. Recommendation, Alternative 1, approving Emergency Solution Grant activities. There is no fiscal impact to Finney County and no county matching funds are required.
Very good, thank you. Any questions? Does anyone have a motion?
I would move that we approve alternative 1. The Board of County Commissioners may approve the Emergency Solutions Grant activities as proposed and authorize the chair to sign the certification of local government approval.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next, we have an appointment.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners.
Good
Leanne
morning.
Hagerman, Business Manager for Administration. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and appoint a new member to the Finney County Public Library Board. The Finney County Public Library Board serves as an appointed advisory body to support governance, strategic direction, and community alignment of library services in Finney County. The board consists of 6 members appointed by the County Commission and is organized annually through the election of a president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. The board's primary mission is twofold: to act as an active and informed advocate for the essential services provided by the Finney County Public Library, and 2, to provide sound, timely, and objective advice to the library director and the library systems and services regarding policies, programs, and long-term planning. This role aligns with best practices in public governance by ensuring that professional staff recommendations are informed by community perspectives and stakeholder input. The board functions as a key stakeholder group representing community interests while maintaining an objective and advisory role in decision-making processes. Its responsibilities are structured to support informed decisions by reviewing relevant information, evaluating alternatives, and aligning recommendations with identified community needs. The board's area of focus include reviewing and approving policies and fee structures recommended by library staff, recommending long-range plans related to facilities, staffing, and programming, assessing community needs and expectations for library services through engagement and feedback, reviewing customer concerns and suggestions to improve service delivery, promoting public awareness, support, and participation in library programs, and determining appropriate expenditures of library trust funds. Due to the resignation of one board member, a vacancy currently exists in the Finney County Public Library Board. This vacancy represents the remainder of an expired 4-year term with approximately 3 years remaining. The Board of County Commissioners is therefore asked to appoint a new member to fill this position. To support this process, the Library Board advertised for applicants from April 21st through April 26th. As a result of this outreach, 3 qualified candidates submitted applications, which are included in the attachments for consideration. The Library Board has reviewed the applications and determined that all 3 candidates are highly qualified. The board expressed confidence that any of the applicants would serve effectively and contribute positively to the continued success and governance of the Finney County Public Library. Through these functions and processes, the board contributes to be a transparent, accountable decision-making framework by ensuring that community input, operational considerations, and strategic priorities are clearly communicated and evaluated. This structure approach supports the county's expectation that staff and advisory bodies provide complete, objective, and actionable information to decision makers. Your alternatives today: number one, the Board of County Commissioners may appoint Jessica Fierro to the Finney County Public Library Board. Number two, the Board of County Commissioners may appoint Cody Cundiff to the Finney County Public Library Board. Number three, the Board of County Commissioners may appoint Rebecca Dickinson to the Finney County Public Library Board. Or number four, the Board of County Commissioners may deny appointing one of these applicants and provide the Finney County Public Library Board with further direction. The Finney County Public Library Board recommends alternative number two. The Board of County Commissioners may appoint Cody Cundiff to the Finney County Public Library Board. There's no direct fiscal impact associated with the appointment of a new member to the Finney County Public Library Board. Board members serve in an advisory capacity, and no compensation or additional expenditures are required as a result of this appointment. Any routine or incidental costs associated with board participation, like meeting materials or administrative support, are already accounted for within the existing library operating budget. Therefore, this action does not require additional funding or budget adjustments. And Vicki can answer any questions.
I am on the library board, so I can tell you that all of these applicants were excellent. It was really hard to choose, kind of wanted to put all three of them on the board. It was just felt that at this time, Cody would fill a certain need that we have on the board. So we kind of went with that, but ultimately we would take any of them. So we'll leave that to one of you to make a suggestion.
Madam Chair, I
Yes.
move that we appoint Cody Cundiff to the library board.
I'll second.
Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leanne. Good job. Next, we have a rezone request.
Sorry. Abigail Jarmer, Planning Technician, Finney County. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve the adoption of Resolution 14-2026 to rezone the property generally located at 4635 West 7 Mile Road, Finney County, Kansas. The applicant, Burt West, with ProStake Surveying, on behalf of the property owner, Stephen W. Sterling, is requesting to rezone approximately 5.07 acres of the property generally located at 4635 West 7 Mile Road, Finney County, Kansas, from A Agricultural District to RR Rural Residential District. This property is currently undergoing the plat approval process. The 7 Mile Estates parcel plat contains one lot totaling approximately 5.07 acres. There is currently a single-wide manufactured home and a large accessory structure on the property. The owner is requesting to rezone the property to separate the house from the agricultural land. The property is located in Zone A of the floodplain. This zone is described as the 100-year flood event, or the 1% chance, or the 1% annual chance flood event, and requires compliance with the floodplain regulations. The plat cannot be approved by the Board of County Commissioners until the property is rezoned. The future land use map designates this area as agricultural. However, the A Agricultural District requires a minimum lot size of 40 acres, so a residential zoning district is more appropriate. Within the A Agricultural District, in accordance with Section 4.020, Paragraph 11, no parcel of 40 acres or less may be subdivided if it is vacant or currently used for agricultural purposes unless properly rezoned to a new zoning district. This includes corners of existing crop circles. During the plat review process, the applicant was notified that the property must be rezoned before the plat can be approved by the Board of County Commissioners. The proposed RR zoning district allows for residential development. The Board of County Commissioners may make its findings in accordance with the criteria outlined in section 27.040 of the Finney County zoning regulations, and below is a complete list of these criteria. Bless you. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the rezoning request on April 16th, recommended approval on April 16th, 2026, and an excerpt of those meeting minutes are attached. There are 3 alternatives before you this morning. The Board of County Commissioners may adopt the Planning Commission's recommendation by adopting Resolution 14-2026. 2, the Board of County Commissioners may override the Planning Commission's recommendation by a 2/3 majority vote. 3, the Board of County Commissioners may return the recommendation to the Planning Commission with a statement specifying the basis for the governing body's failure to approve or disapprove. And staff recommends alternative 1 to adopt the Planning Commission's recommendation by adopting Resolution 14-2026. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Is the applicant here or a representative?
It doesn't look like it. I don't see
No?
Bert in the
Okay.
crowd.
All right, any questions for Abigail?
I would move that we accept alternative 1. The Board of County Commissioners may adopt the Planning Commission's recommendation by adopting Resolution 14-2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, and that motion carries. Thank you, ma'am, and you also have a parcel plat for us.
Yes, ma'am. I have a couple more. Abigail Jarmer, Planning Technician. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve the parcel plat of 7 Mile Estates. Burt West with Pro Stake Surveying, on behalf of the property owner, Stephen W. Sterling, is requesting to plat the 7 Mile Estates, generally located at 4635 West 7 Mile Road, Finney County, Kansas. The property is currently zoned A Agricultural District. The plat contains 1 lot totaling approximately 5.07 acres. The owner is requesting to plat the property to separate the house from the agricultural land. The property must be rezoned before the plat can be approved by the Board of County Commissioners. There is a single-wide manufactured home and a large accessory structure on the property. The property is located in Zone A of the floodplain. This zone is described as the 100-year flood event or 1% annual chance flood event and requires compliance with the floodplain regulations. The second submittal of the parcel plat was presented for review on April 28, 2026, and was found to meet the minimum requirements of the zoning and subdivision regulations. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the parcel plat on April 16, 2026, and an excerpt of those meeting minutes are attached. There are 2 alternatives before you. 1, the Board of County Commissioners may approve the parcel plat of 7 Mile Estates, and 2, the Board of County Commissioners may not approve the parcel plat of 7 Mile Estates. And staff recommends alternative 1, approval of the parcel plat of 7 Mile Estates.
Any questions or comments?
I would move that we approve alternative 1. The Board of Commissioners may approve the parcel plat of 7 Mile Estates.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed? And that motion carries. And I guess we're at 6E,
Yep, last one.
another parcel plat.
The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve the parcel plat of the Southeast Finney County Edition. Kevin Knoll with A to Z Land Surveying, on behalf of the property owner, Rudolph J. Nally, is requesting to plat the Southeast Finney County Edition, generally located at 11245 East Haskell County Line Road, Finney County, Kansas. The property is currently zoned A Agricultural District, and the plat contains 1 lot totaling approximately 5.5 acres. There is currently a single-family home and an accessory structure on the property. The owner is requesting to plat the property to separate the house from the agricultural land. According to Section 4.020, Paragraph 11 of the Finney County zoning regulations, non-conforming parcels, which are a minimum of 5 acres or more, and less than 40 acres may be platted by parcel plat procedure as long as a home or agricultural accessory building existed prior to July 1st, 2006. No parcel of 40 acres or less may be subdivided if it is vacant or currently used for agricultural purposes unless properly rezoned to a new zoning district. This includes corners of existing crop circles. The existing structure on the property was built in 1917 and can be platted through the parcel plat procedure without requiring it to be rezoned. If any additions, alterations, or remodels are proposed, the owner must rezone the property to a residential zoning district before any building permit can be issued. The second submittal of the parcel plat was presented for review on April 27, 2026, and was found to meet the minimum requirements of the zoning and subdivision regulations. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the parcel plat on April 16, 2026, and an excerpt of those meeting minutes are attached. There are two alternatives before you this morning. The Board of County Commissioners may approve the parcel plat of the Southeast Finney County Edition, or the Board of County Commissioners may not approve the parcel plat of the Southeast Finney County Edition. And staff recommends alternative 1, approval of the parcel plat of the Southeast Finney County Edition. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the parcel plat of the Southeast Kansas edition,
Second.
or Finney County edition.
All right.
I'll second.
We do have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Next, we have Mackenzie with special use permit application forms.
Good morning again, Madam Chair and Commissioners.
Morning.
The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approval the special use permit application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems. On February 17th of 2026, the Board of County Commissioners considered Resolution 07-2026 to establish Article 36 special use permits within the Finney County zoning regulations and to make accompanying revisions throughout the code. Article 36 creates a new framework for the review and approval of land uses that may involve unique impacts, operational considerations, or broader policy implications, and that require approval by the Board of County Commissioners. As part of the implementation of Article 36, the county is establishing a special use permit application process consisting of a base application form applicable to all special use requests and separate supplemental application forms tailored to each individual use category. The base application captures general information related to the applicant, site, and proposed use. The supplemental application forms are intended to collect additional operational, technical, infrastructure, and impact-related information necessary for staff, Planning Commission, and the Board of County Commissioners to review. On February 17th of 2026, the Board of County Commissioners approved the base special use permit application form along with the supplemental application forms for commercial solar energy systems and battery energy storage systems. At the time, staff indicated that additional supplemental application forms would be presented to the Board of County Commissioners as they were completed. On April 20th of 2026, the Board of County Commissioners approved amendments to the base special use permit application form and the supplemental application form for data centers. The supplemental application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems have now been finalized and are being presented for consideration. The purpose of these forms is to address the unique characteristics associated with these special use types, including site design, utility and infrastructure demands, environmental considerations, public safety, emergency response planning, traffic impacts, noise, lighting, and decommissioning. The proposed supplemental application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems are intended to provide a clear, transparent, and consistent process for applicants while ensuring the county receives the information necessary to evaluate these requests under Article 36 in the Finney County zoning regulations. Standardized forms also support the county's broader goal of modernizing county policies and regulations, improving transparency, strengthening public safety, and planning for Finney County's future. Adoption of the supplemental forms at this time will allow staff to begin administering special use permit application forms for these uses without delay and will provide applicants with a predictable and consistent review process. There are three alternatives for you this morning. The first is that the Board of County Commissioners may approve the special use permit application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems. Or two, the Board of County Commissioners may deny the special use permit application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems. Or three, the Board of County Commissioners may give staff further direction and postpone action on the special use permit application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems, pending additional modifications or clarification requested by the Board of County Commissioners. And staff recommends alternative one, which is to approve the special use permit application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems. Adoption of the special use permit application forms does not create a direct fiscal impact. The forms establish the administrative process necessary to implement Article 36 and provide the county with information needed to consistently review special use permit requests. This action supports the policy direction established through Resolution 07-2026 and aligns with the county's goal to modernize county policies and regulations, improve transparency, strengthen public safety, and plan for Finney County's future. And I'm available for any questions.
Anybody have any questions for Mackenzie? I believe we have a gentleman here who would like to speak. Jackson, come on up. It might be worthwhile for you and other members of our audience who are here to visit with our staff about how we do handle public comment. Usually those are during the Planning Commission meetings, and typically we don't have public comment during the items on our agenda, but I will make an exception if you have something that we haven't heard from you before.
Thank you. My name is Jackson Turner. You have already heard this, but I just want to call again for a moratorium on anything related to the supposed green energy propositions. I understand a need for renewable energy sources, but believe anything associated with this data center should be presented to the public, not done at an 8:30 morning where everyone has to be at work. It's my belief that if the data center were shut down, that we wouldn't even be talking about these green energy solutions.
This is not a data center, sir.
I understand that, but this is related to the data center. Triple Oak Power is the one proposing all of these, and their intention is a data center, not just green energy. None of this green energy is going to the grid or going to benefit the people of Finney County in any way at all. It's just to power a data center, and there's been a huge separation of these two facts. A large number of people don't even realize that all of these green energy projects are for the data center. They're not for the people of Finney County. And I believe that it needs to be made clear that this is connected. This green energy is for this data center. Thank you.
Thank you. And does anybody have any questions or comments for Mackenzie?
I would make a motion that we approve alternative one, that we approve special permit application forms for natural gas energy systems and commercial wind energy conversion systems.
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I again just want to make a comment to everybody that's here or that's watching is the special use permits for these different types of energy sources or companies, all we are doing is approving the form. We have no applications at this time. We do believe that our form is very well written for our protections, for our community's protections, so that we can gather all of the information possible for what the intent, location, and all of those things that one of these companies that might be interested in applying will have to complete, so that way we can have a clear view of information to consider before we do or don't do something. So, so these are actually no applications. They're just the form that anybody interested would fill out.
Thank you. Next, we have a selection of a construction firm and bid award.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners.
Morning.
My name is Nolan Till, Director of Maintenance and Special Projects. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve the selection of a construction firm and award of a bid for the Juvenile Detention Center Pod B remodel. A little background for you. Finney County has experienced significant shifts in juvenile justice operations over the past decade, largely driven by legislative changes, operational realities, and service demands. Following the passage of Senate Bill 367, SB 367, in 2017, detention eligibility criteria were significantly narrowed, requiring the use of detention risk assessment tools and emphasizing community-based alternatives. As a result, detention populations declined, prompting the county to reevaluate the use of its Juvenile Detention Center, JDC, facility. In 2018, GMCN Architects was engaged to redesign portions of the JDC to support the emergency shelter model. Pods A and B were converted and began operating as a licensed emergency shelter in October 2020 under the Kansas Department of for Children and Families, DCF. The shelter provided 24-hour short-term placement for youth ages 12 and older in need of care, including crossover youth involved in both foster and justice systems. While the shelter model generated per diem revenue, it did not achieve sustained operational or financial viability. The average daily population from October 5th, 2020 through September 15th, 2024 was approximately 4 youth. Limited regional demand and logistical challenges in serving youth from outside Western Kansas constructed the program's ineffectiveness. At the same time, detention utilization trends have shifted. The JDC has experienced increasing intake activity, reflecting both local demand and expanded use by surrounding counties. Intake data reflects the upward trend. You can see in 2022, they had 99 intakes. 2023, they had 90 intakes. 2024, 102 intakes. 2025, 120 intakes. And currently in 2026, we have 33 intakes. An intake represents each admission event may include repeat admissions of the same youth. These trends indicate renewed demand for secure detention capacity. Additionally, upcoming legislative changes under House Bill 2329, effective this July 1st, 2026, are expected to further increase detention utilization. Key provisions include expansion of sanctioned days from 45 to 90 days for probational violations, automatic override of Kansas Detention Risk Assessment Instrument, KDAI, under certain repeat use conditions, mandatory detention for youth involved in firearm-related offenses until placement of juvenile correction facility. These policy changes, combined with current intake trends, are expected to increase the number of youth requiring secure detention beds. In response to the operational and policy factors, the shelter model was discontinued on September 15, 2024. On March 18, 2024, the Board of County Commissioners authorized staff to engage GMCN Architects to redesign Pod B back to a secure detention center. As part of this process, GMCN initiated a request for bids, RFB, for construction services. Bid advertising began on March 31st, 2026, and a mandatory pre-bid meeting was held on April 8, 2026. One bid was received and publicly opened on April 28, 2026, and is now being presented to the Board of County Commissioners for review and selection. The results are, contractor was Lee Construction, Inc. at $149,400, and they had a 5% bid bond. The architect's cost estimate for the project was $243,775. The bid submitted by Lee Construction is approximately $94,375 below the estimated project cost. The proposed model will convert Pod B from a shelter configuration back to a secure detention housing, increasing capacity and aligning with the facility with current and projected operational needs. This project supports the county's responsibility to provide public safety services and aligns with organizational priorities to efficiently utilize county facilities and resources. There's 3 alternatives ahead of you today. The Board of County Commissioners may approve the selection of Lee Construction and award the bid in the amount of $149,400 for the Juvenile Detention Center Pod B remodel and authorize the appropriate agreements to proceed with construction. Alternative 2, the Board of County Commissioners may deny the selection of Lee Construction and not award the bid for the Juvenile Detention Center Pod B remodel at this time. And then alternative 3, the Board of County Commissioners may give staff further direction regarding the bid, contractor selection, or the scope of the Juvenile Detention Center Pod B remodel project. Staff recommends alternative 1, which was the Board of County Commissioners approve the selection of Lee Construction and award the bid in the amount of $149,400 for the Juvenile Detention Center's Pod B remodel and authorize the appropriate agreements to proceed with construction. Fiscal impact consists of the total project cost for the Juvenile Detention Center's Pod B remodel is $149,400 based on the bid submitted by Lee Construction. The architect's estimate for the project was $243,775, resulting in a cost that is approximately $94,375 below the estimated amount. This project will be paid out of GL code 164-00-5613, which has a current balance of $315,956.50. Funding for this project is available within this account and aligns with the designated capital or facility improvement allocations as approved in the county budget. And there's several attachments on this project. And Beth Beavers, our Director of Finney County Corrections, is also here to field some questions. So I'll open that up.
Thank you. Any questions? Yes?
I probably need to ask Beth these questions.
Yeah.
No,
Beth, you want to come on up?
when we remodeled it the first time around, when we switched it over to child in need of care, we retained a lot of the, hardware and stuff that was in the rooms. Are we able to reutilize any of those again, or?
We have. We kept all of the toilets, the sinks, the doors, so we kept all of the equipment.
And so, after all that remodel project, we only had 4 clients in 3 years, or is that 4 per year?
That's the average daily population.
Average daily, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember it was a long process getting it done the first time. Hopefully this time around it won't be as tedious process.
Yes, it took a long time the first time.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
And I think part of this is we're moving along with staying abreast with the statute changes. And I can remember back when they implemented the 367, many of us chiefs of police called that the Kumbaya law. The juveniles knew what they could do and what they couldn't do to stay out of detention. And we saw a rise in criminal activity. And I think our legislators, specifically Bob Lewis, led the charge on House Bill 2329 that made some good changes to start holding juveniles accountable. I don't want to see juveniles in the detention facility, but they make the choice. We just have to make this community safe, and I think this change will stay abreast with where we're leading to, especially with the changes to House Bill 2329. Would you agree with that, Beth?
Absolutely.
So
And we have with the House Bill 2329, so Northwest Kansas does not have a detention facility, and they've been utilizing us quite often over the past probably 1.5 years, 2 years.
There were some counties that have not signed up. Have you been able, in northwestern Kansas, have you been able to?
No, we have not, and I think at this point, we kind of hold steadfast with our current counties and our consortium to see where 2329 lands with the population increase.
So the demand is really from the outside of our 13 county consortium, correct? That,
No, the numbers with our consortium counties have increased.
okay.
Finney counties, last went from 600 bed days to over 800 in '25. But Northwest Kansas has been utilizing us a lot more.
Not eastern Kansas so much.
No, not unless there's an overflow. We get, when Junction City's full and Reno County facility's full, then that's when they start calling us, so, but not as often.
That was going to be my question, Mike. It's so, I guess, sad, really, to watch those numbers coming up. But you think that's attributable to that Senate bill?
I think it's changes and overrides that the county attorney has done to detain juveniles that should be detained. They would have been detained with the override. They would have been detained prior to Senate Bill 367, and I bet before Senate Bill 367, would we be about where we're at before 367? Comparable as far as detentions.
Yeah, I believe so. Pretty close.
And one other area, Beth, I brought this up before. We used to charge parents for detention of kids, and that was a great deterrent back when we dealt with gang issues and things like that. Have we rethought or revisited that idea, re-implementing that?
We have not done that in several years. I know Kara and I have had a couple of conversations about getting that back implemented. Part of that goes with when they're in court, having the judge order child support on that.
It was just a good impact. I know that when we dealt with gang members, in our letter to the parents on their gang activity, it included that if your child is detained, they're going to be subject to this penalty, and it helped deter some issues.
And we still get payments from the collection agency on a few of those cases.
I would like to see that revisited, though. Derek.
Do we have to establish that, or does the court have to establish that?
The court,
Can we just ask?
yeah, the court will initially order child support to be paid, and then we put the paperwork together and send it off to a collection agency for that.
So I'm sure the other counties would be in favor of this too, wouldn't they?
I know Ford County, I give them the documentation to go after that. I don't know where they're at on that. I've given that information to our other counties. I don't know where they're at.
Okay. Anybody have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the selection of Lee Construction, Inc., and award the bid in the amount of $149,400 for the Juvenile Detention Center B remodel, and authorize the appropriate agreements to proceed with construction.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And that motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nolan. Next, we have an appointment, 6H.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve the appointment of Lee Roth as Deputy County Appraiser effective May 4th, 2026. At the request of Finney County Appraiser Jeremy McCauley, the Board of County Commissioners is being asked to consider the appointment of Lee Roth to the position of Deputy County Appraiser. This request is being brought forward on May 4th, 2026, following Mr. McCauley's appointment as the contracted county appraiser by resolution number 33-2025, effective January 1st, 2026. Ms. Roth has been employed with Finney County since December 10th, 2027, serving within the appraiser's office. Over the course of her tenure, she has progressed from Field Appraiser 1 to Field Appraiser 3, demonstrating consistent professional growth, strong performance, and a commitment to the organization. Since achieving Field Appraiser 3 status in 2018, she has taken on supervisory responsibilities and has played a key role in supporting operations within the office. Her primary area of expertise is residential appraisal. However, she has developed a working knowledge and experience in commercial appraisal, personal property, and oil and gas valuation. In her current role leading residential appraisal functions, she has demonstrated reliability, leadership, and sound judgment while continuing to expand her technical knowledge across appraisal disciplines. Ms. Roth has completed extensive professional development, including coursework through the International Association of Assessing Officers, training in Kansas property tax law, and oil and gas appraisal education. She has successfully completed the eligibility exam for Deputy County Appraiser, earned the Residential Measurement Specialist designation, and most recently graduated from the University of Kansas Leadership Academy Emerging Leaders Program. Over the past year, Ms. Roth has demonstrated initiative and leadership by stepping into expanded responsibilities to meet organizational needs, and she is widely regarded as a collaborative and professional team member who contributes to both staff development and overall office performance. Pursuant to KSA 19-425, the County Appraiser is authorized to appoint deputy appraisers with the consent and approval of the Board of County Commissioners. Mr. McCauley has formally recommended Ms. Roth for this appointment based on her qualifications, leadership, and experience. There are 3 alternatives for the Board of County Commissioners to choose from. 1, they may approve the appointment of Lee Roth as Deputy County Appraiser effective May 4th, 2026, as recommended by the County Appraiser. 2, the Board of County Commissioners may deny the appointment of Lee Roth as Deputy County Appraiser. And 3, the Board of County Commissioners may give staff further direction regarding the appointment of a Deputy County Appraiser. It is staff's recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners approve the appointment of Lee Roth as Deputy County Appraiser effective May 4th, 2026, as recommended by the County Appraiser. And the fiscal impact is that there will be a fiscal impact in the form of salary adjustment associated with this promotion. However, the cost is anticipated to remain within the adopted 2026 budget for the Appraiser's Office. And I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the appointment of Lee Roth as Deputy County Appraiser effective May 4th, 2026, as recommended by the County Appraiser.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries.
Thank you.
Is Lee here? Congratulations. And County Administrator's update.
There is nothing to report at this time.
Well, that's nice. Upcoming meetings. We do have a meeting this afternoon, the Commissioners' strategic planning session from 1 to 5, I believe. And other than that, pretty much
It's pretty much the same as
normal.
last time, so.
And Commissioner reports. Let's start with Commissioner Utes.
The only thing of significance is Commissioner Basque and I attended a couple of meetings on the planning for the Law Enforcement Center remodel. We're making progress. We're just waiting for some cost estimates and some design on what to do, where to place the communications facility, whether to keep it where it's at or move it to another floor. And then I attended the chamber dinner banquet, which was really nice.
It was good to see you back among the living.
Yes, yes. I apologize. I was out for a while. Thank you.
Commissioner Basque.
I don't have anything new to report other than what Commissioner Yates just talked about.
Okay. Commissioner Jones?
We had a construction meeting a week or so ago. We got one tomorrow with Hutton on the new EMS building. Is moving along quickly. Is the construction trailer gone, Nolan? You don't have to get up.
Yeah, they've moved operations indoors, you could say. So starting tomorrow, we'll actually meet in the conference room that's on the EMS side versus the fence is down, concrete's finished, and they're going to probably start landscaping this week.
So I encourage people to drive by and take a close look, because it really it's going to be a nice facility with everybody will be together, and I think employees will really enjoy working there. Also, I spent a little time in our nation's capital last week and spoke with Senator Moran, and it was an interesting conversation we had about what was going on, not only in Finney County, but in southwest Kansas. But it's good to get in touch with those folks.
Very good, thank you. A couple of things I had on my list here. Derek and I had a lengthy discussion with a citizen who had some concerns, and it was refreshing to visit about those concerns and not just see, somebody blasting on social media that didn't know the facts. So I think that's always a good idea to make sure you inform yourself. I did attend the Economic Development Board meeting. It was an extremely informational meeting, and I would encourage everybody to watch that. It is recorded. You can go back on YouTube and watch that. It's a couple hours, so it might take you a couple of sessions to watch it, but very informational. I did attend the Chamber Awards banquet. The library, our Finney County Public Library, won the Nonprofit of the Year award, which was really cool. Those people were so excited. A nice event for them. And then over the weekend, the Multicultural Day with the parade and all of the events downtown was a lot of folks out there for that. It looked like it was well attended and a fun event. People seem to be having a good time. And that's it for my report. I think we have need for an executive session, Madam Counsel.
We do. It'll be for matters of attorney-client privilege. We will need 30 minutes for that executive session. We will need to include our outside counsel, Trish Foth and Nick Keckley from Fulton Siefken, as well as myself, County Administrator Ramos, the board, and the zoning administrator, Mackenzie Phillips.
Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
From 10 to 10:30.
That's what I was going to suggest. We take a 10-minute break first.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll amend my motion, start at 10 and come out of executive session at 10:30.
Okay. And your second agrees with that? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. And we'll be back at 10:30. Back from executive session, we have a need to extend that by 15 minutes. So let's extend.
I would like to move that we go back into regular session.
Oh, thank you.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. I would
Opposed,
like
nay.
to make a motion now that we go back into executive session for 15 minutes, starting at
Let's say at 10:50.
10:35, and that we come back at 10:50
Very
Same
good.
individuals.
Same.
with the same individuals.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, and that motion carries. Okay, it is 10:51. Do we have a motion to go back into regular session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. And that motion carries, and I can confirm that no action was taken during executive session. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. And that motion carries. Thanks, everybody.